Hi everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Now we are in 2026 and it's time to level up your skills. So I will be sharing the top interview questions, tips and tricks to help you sign in your career. So please hit that subscribe button and let's make this year unforgettable. Okay. And in today's session, I am going to discuss 10 important questions for the Commvault, which is generally asked in your interview. If you're going for the Commvault interview, they, then the interviewer must ask the question from this session. That's are general questions, but must be aware of that. And please stay with me. So I'm taking a first question here. What is Commvault and why it is used in enterprise environment? So generally, if you are going for the Commvault interview, then definitely interview will ask you this question: What is Commvault? Why it is used in enterprise environment? Because we have a different tool in our environment. Why we are using for the Commvault? Or you can, I mean, the interviewer says will say why we are go for the Commvault. Why we are not using the other tool for the backup? You know, there is a multiple tools, multiple software in the market. You can take example of AWS backup, Beam backup. So this is the most important question. What is a Commvault and why it is used in enterprise environment? Focus on that. So you can easily mention that focus on the data protections, backup, recovery, and the cloud integration because the Commvault have these features. So that we are using Commvault. Hmm. The second question may be asked, explain the Commvault architecture. In one question, interviewer asking you the multiple questions. Commvault architecture. That means interviewer want some knowledge, you have some background of the media agent, retention, client, console. In one word, you can say that interviewer generally ask your knowledge regarding component of Commvault. Okay, Commvault. What are the different types of backup supported by Commvault? This is the other question. Maybe general interview asked to you. Different type of backup supported. That means backup supported. Or the interview ask in other way. What are the different types of backup in Commvault? They generally ask this question if you're going for because you are going for the Commvault. No? Backup type. What is the backup type? Incremental, differential, full backup, synthetic full backup. The fourth question, what is the role of media agent in Commvault? Media agent in Commvault. If you want to, then I mean you can easily correlate this question from this. Explain the Commvault architecture. Component of Commvault. What is the role of media agent in Commvault? What are the common troubleshooting steps for the field backup jobs? So in this case, generally interview want your knowledge. You have some backgrounds, you have some background or not for troubleshooting, how you can troubleshoot if any backup jobs are failed. How do you configure and manage the schedules in Commvault? That's a very important part. Please be prepared for this question. How do you configure and manage the schedule in Commvault? Configure is quite easy, but how you can manage this one? And the eighth question is very, very important because explain the disaster recovery setup in Commvault. This may be the last question of interviewer, but definitely, if you go for the Commvault interview, then interview will ask what is the disaster recovery, or they can say explain the disaster recovery setup in Commvault. Difference between subclient and client in Commvault. They generally ask what is the difference between client and subclient in Commvault. The second question may at this scenario, the second question may the interviewer ask uh, how how you can take backup of any clients. Okay, so we are taking the backup of any client at the subclient level. The last question, how does Commvault handle the deduplication? This is very important question. Always interview will ask this question, what is deduplication, or how does Commvault, they ask a question from deduplication in many ways. How does Commvault handle the deduplication? How deduplication work? What is DDB? And what is DDB seeding? There's a multiple question on DDB, and you must know what is a DDB, what is the process of DDB, how DDB works. I already make a one video on DDB. You can go and find your solution, find your answers. If you have any question, then please comment on that video. I will make on one more video on that. Okay. Here I'm just try to explain each and every aspects of the Commvault. On this image, I just explain the component of Commvault. Okay. So what's the component we are using in our Commvault? ComSub, MediaAgent, client, subclient, and storage library. Okay. If you're talking about what are the components, then we need a ComSub, we need a MediaAgent, we need a client, and we need a nothing. So three components, three pillars of Commvault software: ComSub, MediaAgent, client, storage. I'm just okay. You can save this diagram, and I will explain this workflow in next coming videos. How the data move, what is the work of media agent. Okay, let me explain what is the work of media agent. Okay, media agent nothing, but you can call in one word as a data mover. Please keep in mind, data mover. Media agent only move the data from source to destination and destination to source. Okay. I will explain this workflow in upcoming videos. Mm. The pro tips for your interview. This pro tips not aligned for only for the Commvault, but it is very important for all the interviews. If you're going for the AWS, if you're going, not for AWS, not for technology, but if you go for any interview in any field. Okay, so there's a keep in mind. Always connect answer to business value. Business value, that means cost saving, compliances, resilience. Okay, if you focus, if you answer all the questions on business value, then the selection percentage will increase from 80 to 90 because you focused all the scenario on as business value, on business level, cost saving, compliances, resiliences. Okay. Use the real world scenarios. That means if you're fresher, that's fine. But if you are if you have experience of 2 or 3 years or 1 year, then always use a real scenario based. That's in my past, in my last project or in my past companies, or you can say I'm working on this Commvault. I am working on this cloud services, so I'm facing this and this issues. You can correlate with real world scenarios. And the third line is very important. Show your awareness of cloud native trends. You know that the today's world is moving to the cloud, hybrid cloud, AWS, how you integrate the cloud library in Commvault. I'm just indicating to the Commvault, but always show the awareness apart from your core technology group. I'm just using a core technology group. Apart from that, you can show your skills in other way. That I am interested, I worked. You can mention, you can easily say that I did not get a chance to work on it, but definitely I want to work on it. Okay, so you can easily say that. Okay, okay. Thanks for watching. Let's connect in another videos. Thank you.